Hi, now I will talk about the cause of global warming. Every year in our planet, people are dedicating for raising cattle. Why they raise cattle? Because there is not enough food, and there's more every year. There's more population in the planet, so they need more food. So, but what they raise cattle um, for all the people they can have food, but this affects our planet. It have bad it have the both type of how it can affect our planet. Now I will talk. Do you know that the cows have another release between 70 and 120 pounds of methane per year? Methane is a green house gas like carbon dioxide. Do you know that plants, for them, it's very difficult for change the carbon dioxide for to oxygen, and there are not enough plants for this. But this is not all. Do you know that methane is 23 times higher than the effect of carbon dioxide? Therefore, release about 100 pounds methane per year for each cow is equivalent to about 2,300 pounds of carbon dioxide per year. Let's compare to this value for carbon dioxide. The same carbon dioxide is generated burning 1,000 liters of petrol. It is a lot, because 1,000 liters of petrol, it will. Do you know that it contaminates a lot of our planet? But this will not change because every time population is growing, people they need more food, so people are destroying the forest and for having more cattle. Cattle, it have advantage, but it also have the disadvantages. Like you already saw, the disadvantage of methane. They produce methane. Now I will talk about another effects of methane. There are about one. Do you know that there are about 1.5 billion cows and bulls in our planet? And if you do of this, how many cows times the methane that they produce per year, you can see that it's a lot, and this it contaminates but very heavy our planet. According to the Food and Organizations of the United Nations, there is more than a whole transportation sector. Cattle branding is taking a major factor for this greenhouse gas emission, according to FAO. And are carols the true cause of climate change? Is one big effect of climate change, but I think that there are also another changes that human do that it's it's more is it contaminates more the planet than how cattle contaminated. But raising cattle is also that the humans are contaminating the planet because you are producing more cattle, so you are the one that produce more methane in our environment. Some information about cattle is that they produce 0.6 pounds of carbon dioxide. A lamb, it produces 17.4 carbon dioxide. A pork, it produces 6.35 carbon dioxide, and a chicken, it produces 4.57 carbon. So these farmers, they have to do a lot of things for to do less contamination, because only of having these animals, they are doing a big contamination to our planet. So we are studying in a agriculture school, we need more cattle. It also produce spread diseases, and because cattle ranching and beef production requires some heavy dirty machinery. So you must adhere to related to safety and sanitation. In addition, you must recommend for human treatment of cattle with crop farmers do not need to address. You must also know environment, wage, and labor and housing laws. Like um, also the excrement of cows, it can help you in your plantations, crops. You can get it. You can fertilize your plantations, but also this excrement have to be 100% of dry because now you can kill your plants. Um, uh, in a conclusion, you have to eat less meat and dairy products. The most important conclusion for yourself is that you have to be you have to be careful of eating less food and not be like and that you only want to eat meat. Also eat a lot of vegetables because if you are eating a lot of meat, you're contributing to this contamination in our planet. I think that in the future, I want to find a way how we can how cows and or this type of animal they can produce less methane. I don't say that how maybe where they do their excrements is a closed place, and you have like invent a machine that you can um, take out all the methane of this excrement, and this methane doesn't go the to the ozone layer of our planet, because you need to know that if this goes to our planet, it can this is the contamination of our planet, because like if the ozone is getting thicker, the sun rays that enter to a planet more how can I say it more hard hard to your skin, and you can get a sickness like cancer in your skin. So you have to be careful and contribute to don't eat a lot of meat. Some examples, but maybe eat 2 times a week meat, and you can eat another things like vegetables or soaps or I don't know, but don't eat a lot of meat, because like like information that I have been given is very bad for our planet. Imagine methane a cow can produce in a year, and how contaminated it is to our planet. Maybe also to that to us that in the future will be farmers, change our mind, and I don't know, find a way. Like I was talking, that I want to find a way how we can not contaminate a lot of planet, but it's very difficult because every time eating meat is more people, they like to eat more meat each year. So maybe all these like these countries like Honduras, Nicaragua, Guatemala, they need to sell the cattle to Mexico, because Mexico um they they raise the cattle, and they kill them, and they do meat, and then they send them to another um, countries like United States, Canada, I don't know what, but they export the products. This is because that countries they are not they don't produce enough meat for all their population. Imagine that all another countries, they need to help to other countries to have food for all their people in the country. So like like you can see, this is a problem that it will be all the every year will be higher. So maybe this is how I will talk about methane and how it contaminates our planet. Thank you.